I actually didn't bring any cough drops this time. I'm just going in with the. I actually didn't bring any cough drops this time. I'm just going in with the Pepsi. It's been snowing hard still. It's been cold and windy and snowy recently. I popped on the Big Orange, Florida, world's largest orange, along with my Bucky's hat. I'm really trying to manifest some sunshine. But that's just me. I just felt like I'd had enough of the cold and the snow today after.
If you're dressing for sunshine, I'd say I'm doing the opposite.
Yeah, you got the wool pants, the flannel, the corduroy hat.
I'm dressing to try to stay warm in my house with this high winds. It's a little bit drafty.
Yeah, well, I was house sitting for you, and my high score on the thermometer was 73, and I was friggin' cranking that stove. Like, the meter on the stovepipe, that thing was just all the way to red. Like,
yeah.
I was just friggin' ripping the stove as hot as I could get it, white hot. And I actually, I had to be in the room watching it with those doors open, with the vents open, because it was just sparking and popping and firing. It was just, but I could only get it up to 73.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to keep the stove full. And what happens is it gets so full of coals on the inside of the stove that you can't fit any more wood in, and it's so hot you can't get near it.
Yeah, I burned some hair off my arm.
Yeah.
But I do that a lot with the wood stove.
I got a good burn on my knee.
Really?
Because I was kneeling down and I was like squatting down.
Squatty potty.
And I accidentally bumped my knee into the door of the wood stove.
You got to be careful of that.
And got a good burn mark on my knee, but
Curtis was going nuts right before we started the show. Tell us a story.
Oh yeah, you said you had something.
Oh yeah, okay. So last night I was watching YouTube and popped up on my homepage. I've been watching. I'll start off by saying I've been watching a lot of golf YouTube. Like just because there's a new golf game coming out, and I've been watching a lot of golf YouTube, and this guy popped up on my feed, live streaming. He had one viewer, and it was called EA Sports Road to the Masters, poor man's setup. So this guy's live streaming him playing this old EA Sports golf game. It's not that old. It's like five years old or something. He's live streaming it with one viewer with his phone propped up in front of his TV. And so I thought to myself, we've been having our live stream with no viewers and no commenters. Let me join it and pump this guy up.
Yeah.
And I started commenting on his stream, and I don't even remember what my first comment was. But he started talking about, I hear him start talking about how he got hooked on golf games when he started playing Tiger Woods 2005. And he starts singing the song, I like the way you move. And I got a kick out of it because I remember playing that game. I remember playing that golf game. It's actually, I think it's the one that I got you for Christmas this year.
It was 2004. I thought that's where the I Like the Way You Move song came from.
No, it was the Tiger Woods 2005. I think, is that the one I got? Gotta go look.
Yeah, you got me 2005, but...
So I was just reading through the comments, and Amy said she's been watching America Primeval. I actually haven't jumped on the Primeval train just yet, but our parents, my dad was watching it the other day, caught some of it. And then also Michael is out here. Michael, I'm not going to play the Suffering Olympics with you. It's not my fault you live in a shithole. We're not going to argue over who lives in worse of a shithole, okay? So, yeah, it's cold here. It sounds like it's cold where you are too, bud. We don't need to play the Suffering Olympics. We should just go someplace warm and stop playing the suffering Olympics out here. It feels like -17. Woo!
Hating. Hating on the viewers.
Well, that's the fun part. That's what I've always wanted. And here on the Air Quote Awesome channel going forward, I would like to have a very combative relationship with my viewers. I think that is fun.
You're promoting hate.
To an extent, I think it's fun. I think that's the fun of the bit. Like, don't you ever listen to Greg in the Morning Buzz and all they do is shit on the callers? Like, a guy's calling in on the phone and it's not coming in clear, and the guy says, whenever rattles, and then Greg goes, what are you saying? and I don't know, like they just dump on all the callers, and yeah, we got a couple viewers, and I'm grateful that you're watching, but yeah, I intend on having a sarcastic and combative relationship.
Going back to my Tiger Woods story, this is the game here. It's funny because when I think back about playing it, I don't remember. Honestly, I don't even remember the graphics, but I don't remember thinking these are bad graphics. I remember thinking, oh, this is what golf game is.
Yeah.
I don't even really remember the graphics, but don't remember them being bad. When I go back and watch this game, it's so bad. Like, I almost don't know if I could play it because it does not look good.
You guys remember the Madagascar mini golf game?
It was a whole Madagascar game. It wasn't just mini golf. Mini golf was a part of
I
it.
only knew about the mini golf.
No,
I thought it was just mini golf.
Mini golf was
mini
the
golf.
only multiplayer part of the game. It was a single player game, and we always wanted to play it. But mini
there
golf,
was 4 of us.
yeah.
So we could all 4 play the mini golf.
Yeah. I saw
Mort.
I saw Ice Age the Meltdown or whatever, the video game for like PlayStation 2 the other day, and I almost got it because I said that looks like it'd be a fun game to play, but I didn't get it. Games used to be kind of fun like that, like it would follow the movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some good games that I enjoyed that were.
Have you seen the new Indiana Jones game?
No, what's that like?
There's a new Indiana Jones game set between the Last Crusade and what's the other one? The one before the Last Crusade. It's a prequel to Last Crusade, but between the 2 movies. I can't remember.
Raiders.
Is it Raiders? Oh yeah, it is Raiders.
Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade.
Yeah, I guess it is Raiders.
Because technically, Temple of Doom is a prequel, even though it came out second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so set between Raiders and Last Crusade. It's actually looks like it's state of the art with the graphics and
something like a Tomb Raider style game.
I think it's a Tomb Raider style, yeah, but I don't really know much about it. I just have seen that it's out. It looked like it might be kind of fun to play.
You know what we were talking about the other day for games was Crash Bandicoot, and that was a game I remember playing. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was like a simpler time in gaming.
Yeah, well, games used to be a little bit more entertaining to play, but
I feel like more time went into them because it was like.
I think I would argue less time went into them.
You think?
A lot of time gets eaten up these days with making games look good.
What did you hear about Minecraft 2?
Nothing.
Nothing yet.
Did I bring that up on the podcast?
I don't remember if we talked about Minecraft 2 on the podcast.
I think we did. I thought.
I'm getting hyped for the Minecraft movie. To be honest, I keep seeing the more bits I see from the trailers. I think it's actually going to be a fun movie.
Yeah, I thought so too.
We'll have to do a podcast going to the movie vlog for the Minecraft movie, and I don't know. Maybe we can find some other Minecraft enthusiasts to go with us. Like if we imagine we show up, we get the old school cardboard Steve Minecraft head. Like we wear those to the movie.
I just got rid of the cardboard heads.
I can't
recently.
believe it.
Yeah, it's really too bad because
That was some OG Minecraft merch.
I know
You could buy a piece of cardboard that looked like a Minecraft head.
the little boy that Cassidy watches loves Minecraft, but he doesn't love Minecraft because he knows that it's a game. He loves Minecraft
Because of YouTube.
because his YouTube called Mikey and JJ, and it's like a show created within Minecraft. It's like
Yeah.
it's like role playing in Minecraft.
Yeah, like Stampy's Lovely World, but even more.
but even more.
They took Stampy's idea and took it and made it
So-
a whole show.
Yeah, so they play in this game. So anyway, he had a Minecraft birthday, and I thought that would have been so perfect to just send off. Like I didn't know what to do with it, but I wanted to keep
But it's
it.
kind of like Toy Story 3, like
Yeah.
passing it on to a younger kid. And
Yeah, I could have sent it off. It would have been so good.
Oh, so you didn't send it to him?
No, I got rid of them a while ago, I think.
Oh.
But it would have been, or I actually don't know what happened to them. Maybe they're still at your house, but as far as
Yeah, I don't
they
know. I
were
haven't seen
here,
them.
and they got chucked, unfortunately. But yeah, they don't even make them. Those foam swords that we have, the foam.
oh yeah, they don't make anything like that anymore.
It's hard plastic.
Last
Why-
I saw it too, I could only find like a netherite sword, which
Yeah.
to me is lame. To me, I'm old school, man. I come back in my day, we only had diamonds, man. We didn't have this new netherite crap.
One thing that I did recently. So, this weekend I stopped at Cassidy had softball practice in the morning. So on Saturday morning, so I had some time to kill by myself, and I found on Google this old. It's like it's a video game store. It's like a mom and pop video game store, and they resell all old games. So it's a bunch of really retro stuff, but all generations. So I went in there and I found Minecraft PlayStation 3 edition.
Oh yeah,
Yep. So I brought it back home and put in the PlayStation 3.
I thought you had that already.
Well, I have the case, but no disc.
Oh.
So I had to go get a new game.
do we still have my Xbox 360 edition?
Yeah. I'm assuming we do.
Yeah, somewhere.
We
I
must
guess.
somewhere.
So anyway, I popped it in and checked out some Rigel's worlds, and it was pretty funny to see. I mean, just a little kid creative Minecraft, but
So when you put the disc into the PlayStation had the memory of the previous game, or what? How does that work?
well, so the game gets stored. The disc just boots up the game.
Right.
Runs the game. All the worlds and everything gets stored on the PlayStation. So he had been playing on that PlayStation.
So every disc has to like download onto the memory, or just Minecraft worlds?
The disc is the game. The store, like the save game,
Okay.
gets saved to the console.
All right. So the disc is kind of just like a key to access this memory that's on the console.
Are you
Am I getting this?
No, are you
Or-
aware of how a disc game works?
Not really. I thought.
Do you
it was,
remember the
I thought
Game
it was
Boy?
reading.
Do you remember-
I thought
hold
the
on,
disc
hold on.
was spinning
Okay,
and lasers were
do you
reading what
remember-
was on the disc.
Do
and
you
that's
remember
how-
on the Game Boy when you played a Game Boy game? Every time you started it, it was a fresh. You started from the beginning,
Yeah.
and sometimes you had a password you could put in to get back to the save
Cheat
game.
codes.
Cheat code to get back to where you were.
You had to get the book from the book fair. and
Do you
had
remember?
the cheat code up, down, down,
Well,
A B A B,
That's
down,
sort
down,
of
up, down.
that's just a cheat code. I'm talking like Dora the Explorer when you had a level code and we had a notebook and we wrote down this star.
Yeah. I thought that was from the code book from the.
Okay,
book fair.
so you start the game over from the beginning every time because there's no memory on the Game Boy to save your save game.
Right, but in the game is all on the cartridge.
Yes. So the disc is like the cartridge, but there's a memory on the console that saves where you are in that game.
Okay.
So if you can take that disc out, pop it in another console.
So that's
but you would have
really
the
why
game.
we ended up not doing discs anymore, because it all ended up being on the console anyway. So that now everything's
Yeah,
either
you're
on the console or on the cloud.
Right. And discs,
And discs are pointless. What's the point of it if it's already all on the Xbox and on the cloud? What's the point
well,
of the
and
disc?
what ended up happening was the discs became too small to hold these games because these games are hundreds of gigabytes.
Yeah.
So you can't have a game run on the disc. The disc doesn't have enough, and the speed at which it transfers the memory off the disc into it just doesn't work. That's
even
why.
when you download a game, you have the game itself, and then you have your save game, and your save game is like the file that saves all your progress, and the game is the game.
Because, like, what about, like, WWE or, like, the Lego games?
It's all the
same.
same.
It would save your progress as you went forward.
But the
Yeah.
saved progress is different from the game. So just because
I mean, that makes sense. I
remember-
guess I never really expected, like,
like-
my data to be being entered to the disc or something.
well, when you
I
would
didn't
share a
expect
game
that,
with
but-
somebody would take that game. You wouldn't have all their stuff on your Xbox when you shared a game
Right,
with somebody.
right. It was brand new to them.
So to answer your question, back to the beginning,
Right.
when nowadays if you buy a disc, the disc is a key to access the game.
Yeah.
So the game is downloaded onto your Xbox, but you don't have a key to access it unless you put the disc in.
Yeah.
So
I still like the old school disc method, and I've got my Xbox set up in my bedroom, and I just actually move things around in my bedroom to make it easier to use because I'm going all DVDs for entertainment. I'm going DVDs. I've already got my collection going, and
you go to the bins at Walmart.
no, I just like we have a ton of DVDs already. And slowly as they pop up, I've been putting them up in my room if I find ones I like. You know, like the first Avengers movie, Iron Man, just a few classics. I've got the original Star Wars trilogy, just things that you just want to pop on a disc sometimes.
I bought the 4K Blu-ray edition
Star Wars.
Star Wars for down here. Only ever watched one or two of them.
We were watching one like right when you had gotten this TV. I think. Remember? Didn't we put on like episode 5 or something?
We might have then, yeah.
I just remember we put one on and we were just like half-ass watching it, but then we ended up sitting here watching the whole thing.
Yeah, it does look really good when you actually sit down to watch it.
It really does on this TV when you got all the lights off and you're right up against it. It's a nice experience. But hey, did you guys see this Lego thing? They made the Senate from Star Wars. You know how
Mock.
Yeah, did you see this giant Lego Senate? Where they're in the pods and you see the little ETs and everybody's floating around in the little pod, and then the Emperor's out in the middle pod talking to everybody. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the floating pods, yeah.
What
Do you remember
do you remember what
McDonald's
planet it was
toy we
on?
had?
Yeah, what planet was that?
Coruscant.
Coruscant?
I think. Coruscant.
Well, anyway, I think this was something they did in a Lego store. It was a giant display, and they even had the little ETs in the pod. But
where are you going with that? Sorry,
we were just talking about Star Wars, and yeah, I was thinking of this Lego. Yep, here you go. Carter found it. I wish I could remember exactly what it's called. But yeah, anyway, I thought it was fun. Lego Star Wars Imperial Senate or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Did you read this comment? Michael left. It was back to Indiana Jones. He said that the Temple of Doom is his favorite Indiana Jones movie. When he went camping, his dad brought a portable DVD player and they watched it and drank Dr. Pepper.
Well,
I feel like that's like a core memory that's
Yeah.
one of those that's burned in.
well, and that's a
That's
good
what
core
makes-
memory.
That's what makes the movie good, that memory of sitting there drinking Dr. Pepper camping, right?
Yeah, or just whatever it is about it. I think that's again part of what makes DVDs fun, right? Is like it is a little bit more memorable because it took a little bit more effort to watch this rather than today. You consume so much stuff now. It's not as memorable of an experience as using a portable DVD player in a tent and watching Temple of Doom and drinking guzzling some Dr. Pepper. But yeah, I don't know. No, that's pretty good.
Carter, I just sent go on your Instagram. I just sent you a YouTube link. I wanted to play this video. I couldn't find a high quality version of it, but I just wanted to play this video specifically for Michael, because just to show off how good of a tight end Travis Kelce really is.
Oh no.
Well, he's down. He's out wide right now on the bottom of the screen. Watch
Right
him.
here.
I believe that's him. Yeah. Or unless he. No. He's up. Never mind.
Yeah, he's right here.
Look at that effort. Look at that effort. Oh god. I find that I don't know. I just find that clip so hilarious because
There's a bunch of clips like that though, where he's not putting any
Yeah,
effort in at all.
we don't need to rub salt in their wounds. They
He
oh
already made a comment about that.
yeah. It just is
well, I just get a kick out of it because they want to put him at the best, at one of the best tight ends of all time.
everything's done now though. That's what I'm happy about, right? Because there was all this conversation about them having some type of dynasty and them being some type of good players over there,
And him
but-
being better than Gronkowski.
Yeah. Well, and because we're diehard Patriot fans around here, we're not gonna stand for that. And but all these rumors have been put to rest thanks to the Eagles. Go Birds! Never thought I'd say it, but yeah, thanks to the Eagles, all those rumors have been put to bed, and we're not gonna hear about it probably ever again.
Did you see
for
that power flickered here?
Yeah. So there you go, Michael. We almost lost power too. So it's, not just you on the struggle bus.
Yeah, I got a video that on Instagram here. Hold on. Oops. Fuck. Got rid of Instagram. Did you see? I'll play it after I get another thing I was gonna talk about. Do you get ads for Pit Viper at all? Do you see Pit Viper at all?
On occasion, yeah.
Do you see that they're constantly like running sales now? I just got a text today, 50% off, and Valentine's Day they texted 50% off, and they're just showing. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they've really lost touch.
They honestly, I think they do need to be cheaper. They made a cheaper product now. I think it needs to be. Yeah.
No, I think they've been pretty overpriced for a while, and probably right from the beginning they were technically overpriced. But
probably.
I feel like just the way they made so many products now, I feel like it's not.
Like silly bands when they were $5 a pack, and then you could get 5 packs for
$1. They're turning into the new silly bands. They're
just a trend that is going.
At first, they just come out with a pack of animals, and now you got animals and movie characters and
right, the officially licensed ones. Yeah, that's true. I was looking at them though, and
wait, but hold on, you get this name brand silly bands, and then you get the rip off silly bands.
Well, so what I was gonna say is I was looking at the Pit Vipers, and to me, all their other styles just look like the cheap bootleg Pit Vipers. Like to me, I don't know why Pit Viper. They did have a distinct look in the beginning. That was just something they did, and then they started doing versions of glasses that other people were already doing, and they're doing their own version of it. And I don't know. I just feel like now it's like, what's the point? The brand has less integrity, almost, or not even less integrity, but just
they don't have the steez they once did.
Just because I feel like why do you, like, to me, part of what was cool about it was that they were going to be this one style. This was what pit vipers were. You could get them in different colors, and that was really cool. All the different colors and different lenses you could get, but they were all this same style. That is because you could recognize them from a mile away. Now there's 100 different types of pit vipers, and you don't even necessarily know.
Have you seen any of the rip-off styles in the wild? The
Well,
off-brands?
the one I see all the time is the Nigel Uno, is what I would call it. It's the early 2000s.
Oh, really?
Clung right to your face.
People, they make those? Pit Vipers got
Pit
those?
Viper yeah, and actually it's the pair Donnie's been wearing, Donnie Pelletier.
Oh,
He's
really?
been wearing a pair of those, and I forget what Pit Viper calls them.
Nigel Uno, I
but-
got that. It took me a second, but I...
Yeah, come on. Any Kids Next Door fans out there? They Pit Viper now sells the Nigel Uno, and it's a very distinct looking pair of
They
sunglasses.
should call them the Nigel Uno.
They should, but they're not as clever as me, and they refuse to give me any help or any business. Pit Viper, you assholes. Been out here representing for years. Yeah, here you go. The Nigel Uno right there.
Who made those originally, though, is my question.
Oakley. I think go look up X-Men from 2000. Look up Cyclops' glasses and that.
Was he wearing those?
He was wearing Oakleys that were similar. I'm not saying it was those exactly, but it was similar. And there's definitely an pair of Oakleys that looked like that initially.
Did
you pull these up? Yes. Here we go.
Oops.
It's I think it's pretty. I think these are pretty close. This is the
Hold on, I just lost
what
it.
was it? 2000 was the first X-Men movie. Was it like 2001 or? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
Are
saying?
those Oakleys?
These are Oakleys. Yes.
Okay. Well, I see
That
a little
style. It's just that style, that bug eye,
bit. Yeah.
tight to the face style, and that's the inspiration for those Pit Vipers. I know it. It's got to be right. It's that 2000s. Carter, now pull up Nigel Uno so everybody knows what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you'll pull this up and you'll just see this was a recognizable style from the early 2000s.
And then we need to address Michael's Iraq Pit Vipers, because is that what you got, Carter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we if you want to, Carter, if you want to explain the lore that we know about Pit Vipers in that sense, because we do have a pair of the combat glasses over there on the shelf that we painted ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we go. Here's Nigel Uno with the sunglasses. What year was Kids Next Door? This was early 2000s, and those were cool guy glasses in early 2000s. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys. That's what Pit Vipers bootlegging. It's just like the X-Men, just like Nigel Uno. Look up Triple X with, I think it's Vin Diesel, right? Triple X, where he throws the grenades behind him and he snowboards down the avalanche. I bet you he's wearing some freaking glasses like that.
Probably.
Um,
Probably. I know that they were big. What glasses did Macho Man wear?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe those were Oakleys as well. I don't know.
Was he wearing? Because those were Pit Viper-esque style glasses, but they weren't really. They were a little bit different.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know enough of the Macho Man lore to know what kind of glasses he wore, but
I just eat his Slim Jims once in a while.
yeah.
No, I was just trying to see here what the if there was a specific
Origin to that style.
Well, yeah,
sunglasses.
what he's talking about. He was talking about He said Iraq combat glasses. But I'll just go through a quick history of Pit Vipers. I was trying to pull up the
Pit
picture of
Vipers
the-
as we know it.
Yeah, I was trying to find a picture of the surplus glasses that there were, but the let's see.
Yeah, so Carter ordered a case of combat glasses as well from a Army surplus website.
Yeah, so what it was, the way Pit Vipers started was the whatever the main guy was, I can't remember what his name was. You go back and watch the old videos.
Chuck something.
Chuck whatever. He lived in Colorado and he bought a case of military surplus glasses, which are the Pit Viper design, the original ones, and he started painting them himself. And everybody was like at the mountain was like, "Whoa, look at those glasses! I gotta get me some of those." And so he started. He had bought.
He went on Kickstarter and started.
When he started, he had bought like a huge thousands of glasses and he started painting them. But eventually, you're obviously going to run out. 1,000 isn't much with Pit Vipers. I bet you they've sold millions by now. So what they did was they went and they reproduced the molds for these military surplus glasses and started making them
bought
themselves.
the molds.
Well, whatever they bought or redid the molds. I bet you they redid them. I don't think they bought them. Or found out who was producing them and bought the molds from that company and had that company start producing glasses for them.
But now
the bottom line is they were military glasses to start with.
Yeah, initially the ones we got initially, you could see were made differently. The quality and the production was clearly different than what they have now, and now to me, unfortunately, I do feel like there's a degree of they've just become like gas station sunglasses to an extent, you know.
That you spend $100 on.
Yeah, well, and that's why I've been my thing recently. I just have a million pairs of really cheap sunglasses. I have them all over the place. I got them in my truck. I got them in my room. I got them by the door. Got them in all my jacket pockets. You know, and you just interchange them. And
yeah, I don't know. I got one pair. I got a nice pair of Oakleys that stay with my hat. I wear one hat. I basically exclusively.
I do have my ombres, which are the rope sunglasses. Those I have pretty often. That's like my nice pair that I wear a lot. And I do break out the military surplus goggle once in a while. And I do have a couple pairs of Pit Vipers I'll break out once in a while as well. But yeah, I don't know. I've definitely been in the mood for new sunglasses and I was even thinking maybe going to goggles for skiing. But going
back to goggles.
I just can never find a pair that I really like, and I've trouble fogging them up. Sunglasses I will fog up too, but the key with the sunglasses is I just like pull them out towards the end of my nose and enough air gets around them that they defog, you know, or if it's really cold and they're fogging and icing up, again, that's why recently I like the cheap glasses, because I'll just pull a pair out of my pocket and switch them out if one's all icy and scummy, you know?
Yeah.
That's been my method with the glasses. But yeah, I've definitely been in the mood for new glasses or goggles in terms of skiing.
Have you seen these sun ski ones?
I see sun ski all the time. I think actually Calvin used to have a pair from them. He lost them, but Calvin had a pair with the ice blockers in the corner. And
yeah, I these here looked pretty cool, I thought, for something different, especially for skiing.
And so I have if you go to ombres next, I have the ombres already. I was thinking of ordering the ice blocker set for the ombres. It's something they sell now. You can get the side wing and a little piece that goes in the middle to make them more eye protective. I wish any of these companies would care enough to send us a sponsor.
Yeah, we'd wear them. Whole episode, everybody's looking for an excuse to wear sunglasses.
Yeah, I know. Are you kidding me? But if you go to like the accessories or something, not just the whole sunglasses, go down to the.
Looks like some goofy fellas that create them, huh?
Yeah, it's just a true outdoors thing, you know. Okay, yeah. So you could order these side shields, and then it's got a little rubber piece that covers the hole in the middle of the sunglasses. And then you have a similar function to what those sun ski ones do, but yeah, I don't know. The ombres are a real piece of outdoor equipment to me because it's durable, lightweight, super functional. I've never lost them. Done all types of skiing. Actually, I didn't even wear. That's what I wore when we were out in Colorado skiing. I wore my Ombres the entire time. I didn't wear my goggles ever.
It's brutal skiing for me without goggles. The glasses just don't do the trick as far as blocking the wind.
I think it just takes a second to get used to doing it.
Well, yeah, and I've got naturally more squinty eyes anyway, so I think I can put up with it. I don't know, but for me, the goggles. Every time I wear goggles, they fog up from the inside, and it's a lot more difficult to get them unfogged than it is a pair of glasses. So, but
you want to see? So I felt like I was going to say something else about the glasses, but you do know the story for Ombres? I'll just hit that real quick.
No, yeah, what was it?
It's some guy was a week into his, or not a week, but like a couple days into his couple-week hike, and his sunglasses broke on him, and so then he wrapped a rope, some paracord around the sunglasses, and wore them like that for the rest of the hike, and so he decided he was going to make sunglasses with a rope.
Well, yeah, I'll be completely honest. It's an idea that I had. Like, I'm not saying I came up with it or something. It's just an idea that went through my head, right? And then when I saw that it existed, I was like, "Oh my God, this is so cool! This is just like my idea." And the better part about it too, like Ombres, they made their own like rubber pieces that make it super easy to cinch them up, like tighten them on the back of your head. But with my scout knowledge that I have. I don't remember the name of the knot, but there's a certain type of knot that you could have tied that would, you'd be able to cinch up your glasses exactly the way these rubber pieces function.
Yeah.
There's a certain knot for that. And so that makes total sense what you're saying. And
the problem is I thought you were going to say Ombres should tie the knot. I was going to say
No.
Yeah.
I like the rubber thing they came up with. It's better than making you tie an actual knot, but I'm just saying you can see the inspiration and you can see why they were voted #1 piece of outdoor equipment. I think it was 2019 in Backpacker magazine, #1 new piece of gear. Pretty impressive. They don't just hand that award out to anybody.
So I wanted to get to my video here. Did you Patrick Mahomes, I'll just give you some backstory. He's going to tell it all, but I guess Patrick Mahomes' dad played baseball. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So this is
an MLB player?
Yeah, it sounded like it. This is Dave Portnoy here. Oh, and yeah. He talks about it, so hold on. I didn't have it on the
I think Barstool's pretty cool. I don't think they'd copy strike us for anything.
News. I don't know if you saw this little beef on Bourbon, the beef on Bourbon Street this past weekend. John Rocker and Pat Mahomes Sr. going at it, almost broke out in a fight.
Oh shit!
I guess they fucking
I don't even know
hated
who's
each
who.
other since their playing days baseball. I mean, I guess not surprising. Everyone has beef with John Rocker. But they signed the fucking paperwork. Guess what we got, boys and girls? Rough and Rowdy, April 19th, Wheeling, West Virginia. Bad Friday. Two guys, none of this I liked Tyson, Jake Paul. They're great. They're fucking making up and fucking each other after the fight. This is real bad blood. And just to show that I don't hold grudges, I know Patty Mahomes, the Super Bowl guy, the guy who just got doors blown off, said he hated Barstool. Well, now your dad's fighting in our company against John Rocker, so I'm going to save a seat, free of charge. Patty Mahomes and crew, no bad blood. We can make up, watch your dad fight. That's an open invite. You say you don't like us, I get your dad to fight John Rocker and Rough and Rowdy. April 19th, Bad Friday. All right, breaking news. I don't know if you...
It is amazing, Dave's ability to... take things personally and take things to the nth degree. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's this beef of Patrick Mahomes and Barstool is almost exclusively in Dave's head.
He's just doing it for the bit, though.
I know, but
Patrick Mahomes is one of the biggest names, if not the biggest name in football right now, and he's punching up on. He's just punching up.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's great. But it's.
I just thought it was hilarious.
Dave's the master at this.
Yeah, hilarious that he's got Patrick Mahomes' dad fighting.
That's
in his boxing
rough and
league.
rowdy.
Yeah, it's just so basically the lore, right? This one podcast that was a part of Barstool is leaving Barstool, and the guys were at a press conference with Patrick Mahomes, and they said, "Hey, now that we're not a part of Barstool, do you think you'd come on the show?" And he goes, "It definitely will increase your chances of me coming on the show." So that was what Dave is taking as Patrick Mahomes saying he doesn't like him. I don't think Patrick Mahomes has ever said anything more severe than that.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong. Maybe there's worse things out there, but that's the only thing I've ever heard. As far but anyway, yeah, I understand Dave's doing it for the bit, but he is just the master of this. Like, he's gonna take just this one little edge that somebody gave him to go after them. He's just gonna do it, and he's full send, and he's gonna tear him down with everything he's got.
And he always plays as
the good guy,
as
the
bigger
underdog.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
I finally found the.
Oh yeah, look at this. You can still get them.
The Pit Vipers here.
So yeah, I've actually got a couple pairs of these, the black ones and the clear ones. I just found a pair of the clear ones the other day, which I might break out for some night skiing at some point. But yeah, I would totally recommend ordering those over real Pit Vipers at this point.
Yeah, $13 for 2 pairs of glasses.
There you go. There's the answer. So Pit Viper, we could have.
It says 4-pack actually.
We could have suppressed this information, but instead we're putting it on blast.
$13 for 2 pairs of black lenses and 2 pairs of clear lenses.
4 pairs of sunglasses for under $15. Unbeatable price.
Almost makes me want to order some more.
All right, hey, order a case right now. Why not?
I'm going to be self-employed. Can't afford it.
Well, anyway, that's the sunglasses game right now, guys. It's real sore. And also, going back to Barstool, do you guys, how much of Barstool do you guys pay attention to? Just what Dave posts?
Little to none. I don't even follow Dave.
Well, the only thing I was going to say was how Kirk Minahan is starting feuds within Barstool.
I saw that he was shit talking the
Brianna.
Yeah.
Well, Brianna was also shit talking him, and it started out where Kirk really was kind of the good guy in this whole thing, because Dave almost fired Kirk for talking about Brianna when the entirety of Barstool Sports is like a shit talking network. And so now, just because people work at the company, you're not allowed to keep it real. Like Barstool keeps it real with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dave almost fired Kirk, and Kirk was like a hero on the internet for all these Brianna haters, and which is a lot of. It's mostly, I think, like girls that are on the Brianna hate train. I'm sure there's some men too, but specifically these girls that became fans of Kirk Minahan, right? Because he was leading the hate charge on Brianna. But it's still going on. They're still feuding. And that's, I catch glimpses of that. And that's some of the more entertaining stuff at Barstool. That's what, Dave, I don't think is in on the bit. I think he's legitimately pissed that this beef is going on within Barstool. Like, I think he legitimately wishes it wasn't happening, but it's some of the most entertaining stuff they got going on at Barstool right now. And Bert Kreischer, I think, proved it. There's a clip on the BFF's vlog. They recorded a podcast with him recently.
Yeah.
But the clip from the vlog, Bert comes in hot with talking about how he's been invested in all Brianna's drama recently. And so if you've been invested with the Brianna Zach Bryan drama, you probably also have caught some of the Brianna Kirk Minahan drama. And Kirk now has said he has been in talks with Zach Bryan, and he said, "Let me just say, there are two sides to every story." And then he goes, he said, "There's three sides, right?" He's like, "There's his, hers, and the truth." And but could you imagine Kirk Minahan gets Zach Bryan on for a tell-all about the relationship?
That'd be funny.
The way Brianna did a tell-all. It would be funny.
You want to play some reels?
Yeah, we want to do. Actually, real quick, because Colin mentioned it, the Canada versus U.S. hockey. I didn't watch any of the game, but I did watch the fight. In the press conference clip, the American guy, he goes, "Those maple syrup drinking fucks, they were booing during the American." During our national anthem, so we had to get out there and teach him a lesson. And so immediately they started the game, and they had a fight, and then the U.S. beat them 3-1. So
wow,
the U.S. really kicked some Canadian ass.
Well,
again, I didn't watch the whole game, but I enjoyed the highlights.
Well, we'll start off the reels with a good fight.
Who knows what you're gonna see?
Get real.
Who knows what you're gonna see?
We're gonna start off with a fight here, a closed bathroom brawl.
Oh boy!
Or at least what would happen if you got caught in a bathroom with this guy.
Bathroom break at Pizza Hut.
The comments are the best part. Read some of the comments.
Bro saying baked beans.
Right there. Imagine you're about to shit your pants and this dude's in there doing this.
I like the comment that said, I think that's a Wendy's. To be honest, though, this guy does look like he'd fuck you up.
He probably would.
I wouldn't mess with him. I can tell you that.
I didn't know Instagram allowed videos this long.
Do they have a limit anymore?
I don't
know if there's a limit anymore.
Yeah, I think there's some pretty long ones.
Yeah, he's still going. He lost the hat. If my manager tells me to clean the bathroom one more time, this is what he's gonna get. Silverback gorilla. Ooh, ooh.
But I thought that one was pretty funny.
That was good.
All right, this is some kind of ritual. I don't know what's going on here, but I didn't even think.
Definitely gonna get his copy stricken.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't think about that.
There's probably not even any song,
No, you gotta.
Heard about propane. Somebody told me that it burns good, but I think that's insane. Because nothing could compare to my good wood fire. So when they say that propane's number one, I think they're all liars. So go ahead and burn my wood. Use it to heat your home. It'll fit right in your pipe, burn all through the night. All you gotta do is pick up your phone. And I got a rick of wood that you could acquire. Because nothing can compare to that good wood fire.
What? That was kind of a sick freestyle about propane and wood heat. I mean, niche subject. I don't know.
I forgot about that song in the beginning. I should have. All right, this guy's got a new
back to the skater man.
Skater man. Yeah, he's just got a new trick. I just wanted to showcase.
All right. Safety, Eric.
Yep.
I love this Fallout Boy inspired outfit he's wearing. We're going down.
he landed it too.
Eric, you animal.
I wonder what the tattoo on his gut is. I can't see it, but
Eric is filthy.
I feel like that's like Adam the Woo jumping on a skateboard.
this here is some SSX
In
video
real
game
life.
type stuff.
I
here.
saw this one actually. I like it.
Pretty epic. He
They're
grinded for
filming a
long
sick
time,
video.
too.
Well, you know what had its? It was like a 10-year anniversary.
What?
Remember that video of the guy going down the? It's like a long video, and it's supposedly one run. He's going down the mountain, and he jumps off the lift, the chairlift.
Candide.
You know the video I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
The
think
one
it's,
where he ends in the gondola and people are banging on the gondola door.
I don't remember, but he skis down the mountain and he's like, he jumps off where people are getting off the lift. He goes down and up it and jumps off it. And he like jumps the road at some point.
Yeah.
Well, just that video just had its 10-year anniversary. So I wonder if this video is like a part 2, like a follow up 10 years later.
Oh, I don't know.
Where he's skiing on the, I don't know. It just, that's what it reminds me of. But, I don't even freaking know. I liked the reels of the week. That was good. Some good ones, some hitters in there.
Yeah, it's too bad that one got us copy stricken probably.
I do like Safety Eric though. I think we can keep checking in on Safety
Keep
Eric.
watching some of his tricks as he progresses.
Yeah,
There's one he cavemaned off his dining room table, which was pretty good.
it is pretty good. I for some reason I just saw Michael talking about Burger King over here, and I could really go for some fast food, honestly. I could go.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now. I could blast to McDonald's right now.
I just had some Olive Garden for dinner tonight.
Ugh.
It wasn't that bad. I thought it was pretty good.
I don't like those like half chain kind of places, where it's like makes you think you're getting real food, but it's basically fast food. I'd rather just get straight up fast food.
You know what I forgot to talk about was I went to Dave and Buster's over the weekend, and they have a new arcade game, Minecraft Dungeons. It's Minecraft Dungeons is the arcade game, and it was
Minecraft Dungeons arcade game.
yeah, it was pretty fun. We played it.
what do you do in this arcade game at Dave and Buster's?
It's like a top down. It's like a top down. It's like a Ultimate Alliance type of game, Castle Crasher sort of game.
But in Minecraft.
Yeah, but Minecraft top down scroller, and I thought it was pretty fun. You get it, so every time you play, you get a trading card for the game, and the card might be a weapon, a skin, or a power up.
So
or
can
a
you
pet.
bring the card back and use it
Yeah,
again?
so you collect. So every time you get this card, then you go to play. If you don't have enough cards to fill up your deck in the game, so you have 6. You need there's 6 different categories, and you can either have enough trading cards to pick your loadout, or it auto fills for you if you don't have enough cards. But yeah, you can take them back and scan them into the game when you play again. It's kind of neat.
Are you pulling up Michael's gadgets you want us to take a look at?
Yeah.
How many liters? 75
75.
liter. That's he said that in the comment. I think that's perfect, man. I had a 90 liter pack and it was way overkill, so I think 75 is great. I think 75 liters, and honestly, if it's a new pack, something you just got, you never know how things are going to wear in, and I think nowadays when it comes to brands, I think everything is in the same boat. I don't think there's anything for outdoor gear that's higher quality than another. I think everything pretty much comes from the same factories. So it doesn't matter what brand it is, but you might have a bad seam somewhere. So if it's a brand new piece of equipment and you're not exactly sure what seams might pull apart, just make sure you got some paracord and some duct tape, and you can get crafty with it. That's half the fun, getting to customize your bag when things start going wrong. But 75 liters, I think, is a perfect size. Like I said, I had a 90-liter bag, and it was way overkill. Sure, you can fit stuff in it, but you don't. That's just because you can doesn't mean you should. And every little bit of weight counts. So a small, slightly smaller. It's like 75 liters isn't even small. That's still a big bag. I'm just making the point that 90 liters was way overkill. But anyway, you want to pull? We got the little stove.
Yeah.
Perfect little stove. I don't think it'll ever fail you.
Everybody has to carry their own personal cooking equipment?
For us, we had maybe brought 3 stoves with us total. There was 14 of us in our group, and in between all of us, there was probably 3 different stove options, and obviously we really only used one, and the other 2 were just backup.
Is there like propane refill stations if you have to?
So what I remember is them supplying us with bottles, but this was the type. I wish I could remember the name of what this setup was called and exactly how it worked, but they would set you up with these bottles. They were these red metal bottles, and when you were using the stove, you had to pump up the bottle to keep it pressurized to keep the stove going. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? It was like a little pump on the bottle, and you had to pump it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You ever see that?
No.
Do you know what it's called, Curtis?
You're talking
For
to
propane?
keep. It's probably butane.
Yes, I think it is butane, and it's in this bottle, and you had to pump it. To use it, you had to make sure it was pressurized and pumped. But that's what we did for the stove, and I was really, when I went to Philmont, I was really riding the coattails of a lot of other people, and I learned a lot while I was there, and going into it again, I have more knowledge now if I were to go back, but anyway, I was just kind of hanging on for dear life, riding the coattails of a lot of people when I went to Philmont. I didn't know much. That was definitely the biggest adventure I had ever had at that point.
Yeah.
Is Michael going with Scouts, or is he going on his own?
Well, you have to go with Scouts, but what I'm saying, like, I'm not sure.
I thought anyone could go to Philmont.
In a way, maybe, like, but you have to be somehow affiliated with Scouts. Like, there's different ways you can be affiliated. There's a bunch of different ways you can go. And I remember at the time there was like a Girl Scout troop, because at the time when I was in Boy Scouts, girls still weren't allowed in Boy Scouts back then. And there was a Girl Scout troop that had come to Philmont. I don't know. I think you can just. There are ways without being a scout that you can go there, but it's all through scouting. And all I'm trying to say is that Michael could be really in charge of things and as far as planning them and making sure everything's packed. I just had to worry about making sure I had my own necessities, and as far as my tent and my cooking, I didn't have to worry about that. That was something that the group I was with was going to make sure I had. You know what I mean? And it's not like I didn't share the gear. Like, they brought the shared gear, pots and the stoves, and we circled around. We went up the Tooth of Time. He's in charge of the stoves, the tents, having a responsibility like that, it is a lot more pressure. Like I said, I was very lucky, and I just had to worry about myself, and really got to take the back seat. But if you have a leadership role, or even something like quartermaster's not necessarily, it's not like you're the patrol leader or whatever, but you're still in charge of all the gear as quartermaster, so it could be stressful.
So I was hoping Calvin was going to come tonight because he took me grooming.
Oh yeah,
on Sunday morning.
Got to go out in the
Cat. I got a video here. This is cold start in the garage. I just did a cold start video here. Oh, I got to turn the volume.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Sunday morning cold start.
Pretty anticlimactic, but
Must have been warm in the garage.
Yeah, it's heated. It's heated in there.
Well, it was warmish. It wasn't like
well, it's not like
the cat's all
they're
thawed
not
out.
making it 70, but it's probably 50 something. It's heated.
Is that all you took for videos?
No, there's got to be more.
No, this was one I took. Got to get some video for the podcast.
I thought about bringing a GoPro in.
This is pretty cool. Is that the same thing as your farming simulator handle?
Yeah.
Pretty similar though.
Is it a 3-seater?
Yeah. But there's only one nice seat, one nice passenger seat.
The Calvin sits right in the middle.
Yeah. Driver sits right in the middle.
Is he dragging now, or is he just going to the top?
Yeah, he's dragging.
I was gonna ask if there's a radio.
Gotta be some radios.
The thing is
Bluetooth,
brand new. It's like
all the highest end shit.
yeah, it's like almost too nice for Abenaki.
How is Calvin at running it?
He was good. He's still, like you could see in the video there, the blade was up.
Yeah.
He's still getting used to things.
So, he said a good groomer operator, he'd be running around with the blade down to smooth it up or cut up the snow and then you drag over it. Where he was just running the drag.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. I've seen that.
Because he didn't wanna fuck up the trail.
Right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they truffle it up in the front and then they rake it out. Yeah, it was really snowing hard, huh?
Yeah, it was only a couple minutes where it was really snowing like this, but
Who's was somebody there? Was somebody else there watching him?
his boss did show up, but I guess that's where they park the town plow truck. They park it there.
No, what did we just miss? Was he gonna plow out that little pile?
No, he was backing it. There was a pile up the hill a little ways, like right up here. You can't see it because it's behind the truck, and he was backing up to drag back down because he had already groomed all this hill here.
Well, it's pretty neat.
I told him, like, I was going to...
Where you? Let me ask you this. Now, let me just say this. When you were sitting in there grooming with him, were you like itching, like you should do that?
I wouldn't say I was like that. No, I mean I think that yes, there was a point where he was going along, and after I was asking him questions, I was thinking to myself, oh, he should probably have the blade down right now, but I don't. Like you said, he doesn't want to wreck the trail, so I think honestly, he really hasn't had that much seat time in a groomer. I know that's what he went to school for, but I really don't think he had a chance to drive one that much.
It's a coveted thing, I think, and the people that do it, they don't want to let somebody else do it. Like there's only so many months out of the year that they get to groom, and the people that do it, like that's what they want to be doing.
You probably didn't get to experience any of the real power of the thing, though, right? Like you never got to see him dig into the snow and blast up a big pile with the blade.
No, I mean we were going up a pretty steep hill. If you haven't been to Abenaki yet, but just
Just cranking up that hill, I'm
yeah,
sure, is
cranking
kind of neat.
cranking up the steep parts of the hill. It's
I've been to Abenaki. I pushed a bike up the hill multiple times.
It looks
Yeah.
different covered in snow.
well, plus there's different areas. We were going up the front of the mountain. We weren't going up the back trails. I mean,
Mary told me she skied the mountain bike track the other day.
Oh, really?
I don't know if
I
that was,
saw-
I might be blowing up her spot.
no, that's is a thing that you can just ski. I skied it the other day. The problem is you can't really get enough speed for it. You come down off the top, and
I think with a fresh wax, maybe.
Now I bombed in as fast as I could.
When's the last time you waxed your skis?
I bombed it as fast as I could into the first jump. I was going fast, and I couldn't clear it.
There's a spot about midway down. That spot there is gonna be a little bit hard. The top spot to get some speed, because even on a bike, when you start into it, it's a little bit slow. But when you come down, there's a spot where you can probably cut off. You'd have to cut off the cross country trail. I think you could drop in off the cross country trail, and there's a long downhill where on a bike you usually gain a lot of speed, and you come into the corner.
Well, that's the thing too. Is the corners, you can't really corner on the skis that well.
The thing I would try again that I tried last time I was there, I bombed into the track and I went up the big tabletop landing on the mountain bike course. I went up the landing and I almost cleared the tabletop, and it was like I was the first one that had bombed off the side of the trail to do this. So if you had a packed in trail, you could
When you're
totally clear
saying-
that tabletop.
Oh, like where it cuts across that trail. You're saying if you
So I came in and I hit it backwards to what you normally do on a mountain bike, and there's really no
so
way
you
to
jump-
ski it out
you jump
after
to
that.
you jump to the left then.
Yes. I came down the trail and went all the way off the left side of the trail and up the landing of the mountain bike tabletop. And there's nowhere to ski out from there, is my point.
You're
But
talking up close
it's
to
a
the
good
top,
jump.
up close to the top of the mountain.
It's like midway. It's like, remember
It's where it crosses.
where the mountain
trail.
bike track crosses
Where we
the
push
ski
up.
trail.
Where we push up, we cross over. What if you went to the right there? There was a step up going that way. You could jump up that step up.
Maybe I'll have to go back. I haven't spent enough time there this winter, and now there's plenty of snow. So we should do an Abenaki day coming up here.
Yeah, I wanted to do it on Sunday there, but I ended up getting carried away. I ended up burning a bunch of shit in the yard here.
So this Mary's given us the scoop, and you can, I guess, go across it the proper way.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to follow somebody because where I'm talking about, it's like right at the top of the mountain. So you come around the corner where the lift shack is. You go around the backside of the lift shack, and then you basically get going as fast as you can, and right where the trails start to split, you jump in on the left hand side. You jump into the bike course, and you can hit the first two jumps. Those are the first two jumps that you can hit, and I can't clear the first one.
There's a few uphills, and if you're on a bike, if you're not just pumping the corners and just railing the corners as hard as you can, it's hard to clear the jumps on a bike. So I can imagine with the skis, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd give it a whirl. Like I said, I think we got to plan a day to get back to. We should all do a day at Abenaki, because I think the camaraderie is what makes you stick it out longer and take more than 2 runs.
Yeah, well, that's why I feel when I've been to Abenaki. Calvin's been working, but he's like, I know he's working, but he's like ignoring me, kind of half ignoring me. And then I'm like, I was following him down. He was getting the course all waxed up, and I was just following him from obstacle to obstacle, standing there watching him wax it.
But yeah, I mean, that's ultimately hanging out is more what you do there, just because it is little.
Yeah,
you know.
I thought I saw a bunch of people there today when I drove by, and I didn't know if they were open or not. I half thought about.
I'm sure it was open. This is mass vacation, so
Oh, I forgot it was vacation week.
I'm sure they're open.
I
a
had
ton of
thought
people.
about going there and trying to ski, but I got too much crap to do. I had to bring in wood and warm up the house.
Yeah,
what'd you do
I
for
burned a
work
lot
today?
of wood at your house.
Yeah, I could tell.
Mom and Dad even brought some dry wood over, and
Yeah, Mom said that. I just don't think it needs any dry wood. It's the green wood burns too quick.
I don't think. I'll tell you this: the dry wood might burn quicker, but it does burn a lot hotter. So that's when you in a short amount of time you can get it screaming hot.
I think
I'm not saying that you need it, but if you did, like if you wanted to sit in the living room and get it cranking hot really fast, yeah, a couple sticks of that dry wood, it does make a difference.
What I need to make a modification to it because, yeah, we did know about the World War II or World War I ski division, I think.
I don't really know.
Anyway, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole right at the moment. Anyway, the modification that I need to make for the stove is you saw what it looked like, right? It's a wood stove sitting in there with a big chimney going up.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of heat is getting lost going up the chimney.
Yeah, it could be.
Because the stovepipe goes up the middle, but there's still that gigantic chimney all around.
It really, if you just had a regular stove, even if it was a little bit smaller of a wood stove, if you had it set up properly.
Well, plus a damper in the pipe there.
I have a damper in the pipe.
Oh, you do?
It's
Yeah.
just, but it literally goes straight up, right? It's not like most wood stoves. The pipe goes out the back and then it goes up and into the chimney.
Well,
This
the damper works good the damper for the pipe works plenty good. That's not the problem. The problem is I think a lot of heat radiating from the top of the stove goes right up the chimney still. I don't think it comes out into the room. Even though the fan is blowing,
Right.
the fan is the only thing pushing the air out.
And that fan is tough to listen to after a while. It's pretty loud.
It's obnoxious. And you can't sit in the living room and watch TV because
When you got home the other night, did the house feel pretty warm?
yeah, it felt warm.
How about like even your bedroom and stuff? Because I was really trying to blow the heat around.
Yeah, it was warm in there. It's cold in there now.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. I kind of gave up on trying to keep the house really warm because you just burn through so much wood.
Yeah, well, honestly, it reminded me of my time in Vermont last winter, because the house is not 100% airtight, like super well insulated. That you'll never truly warm it up because the cold is coming in as fast or faster than you can produce heat with the wood stove. And yeah, so I was really making a game of it, fighting and burning as much wood as I possibly could
To try to make it warm.
to try to make it warm. And I got up to 73, which is warm. 73 is plenty warm when it's just so, because Michael asked earlier and I didn't say, it was like 17 degrees, right? I would say 17 degrees was about what I was looking at, and I'm trying to crank the wood stove inside, and I had it up to 74 inside. That is pretty good, especially when it was windy like that, and you're dealing with 100-and-something-year-old house. The wind does kind of cut through it at a certain point,
Curtis has a pellet stove and a wood stove, Amy.
The one thing that I did today, I put a box fan. I set up a box fan to blow across so it's got the fan blowing on the inside. I set up a box fan to blow
air across the
perpendicular to the stove,
Yeah.
and it instantly it was
started pushing heat around.
It was 60 degrees in that room, and as soon as I set that fan up, just blowing on low, within 5 minutes it was 68. So it really threw a lot of heat around. But yeah, I don't know. Ideally, I'd put a wood stove in the basement and not even fuck with it because it's just not.
I think at some point you can look at doing that. And what I was saying to Mom and Dad about it, unfortunately, it just is the middle of winter, and you got a lot to overcome with this house. It's not had you moved in the middle of summer, there'd be no such problems. The windows you'd have the windows open, and we'd be talking about how great it is to have all the windows and have all this fresh air in the house.
There's one the other problem too. Like one of the biggest spots where the house gets cold is in that hallway between the bedroom and the living room.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed that, but there's a big
like a
section.
draft in there.
Yeah, there's a big section of floor that has no foundation under it. I don't know what's under it, but it's not a foundation under there. It's
Did you
not part of
insulate the
basement.
door going to the second floor? Because I feel like you're losing a lot of heat up to your second floor.
I mean, I didn't insulate the door, but the door is closed.
It's just,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
all
it's-
those little things like insulating the door you could do,
But the problem is where that section of floor has no foundation under it.
Right.
There's something under there, and when the wind blows, it blows up through the floor. You can feel the air coming through the floorboards up into that hallway.
and unfortunately,
carpet
that's
down in
just
there.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm just trying to say about like if you had moved in the summer, you would just start working on these things and fixing them, and it wouldn't really be an issue. But it just so happens.
Well, you probably wouldn't have a good idea where these cold areas were, but
Maybe that's true, but you would be you'd be able to renovate things however you'd like, and you wouldn't be dealing with the cold and these problems.
have you been
actively.
using the pellet stove at all?
No.
Yeah, you still got a bunch of pellets?
No, I don't have a lot of pellets, but the problem is it doesn't burn right. The stove that I have does not burn right, and I can't figure out why. It's not burning enough of the pellets. It's
And it goes out, you mean?
No, it just keeps feeding the pellets before they're fully burned.
Oh, I think that's just the way it operates. That's the way pellet stoves work.
It's
So
not-
these
it's-
ones do.
Yeah, well,
You
that's how
gotta
these
clean
ones.
it out
That's how
all the
these ones
time.
do, but that's not. I actually found a guy who made a custom hopper for these stoves that burns significantly hotter and more efficient.
Really?
Yeah, he said burning on 1 is more like burning on a 10, and it doesn't burn anywhere near as many pellets, and it doesn't leave any ash.
Yeah.
Doesn't soot up, doesn't leave ash. I
We
did a bunch of.
we should get this hopper and do a test video.
It's it's something that he made. It's something that I have.
He's
to
not
wel-
selling it.
No, it's something that I'd have to weld up.
Oh,
It's something I could do, but I just haven't done. It's
Just send me the video because I could use it here.
it's not a video. It's a post. I'll have to.
Oh, because I'm out right here.
What?
I'm almost out of pellets here. I need to get some
Oh.
more.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, make it more efficient.
yeah. It's I'll try to find the post again and send it to you because it would be interesting to make it and see what it's like, because what it does is it makes it so I don't know. I guess it's probably not that interesting to talk about on the podcast here, but basically it makes it so the pellets draw instead of right now the pellets just get fed out, so it just kind of like a stream of pellets coming out into a fire. It's just the fire's here and the pellets get fed out, just
Pushing it on top of each other.
just pushing into the fire.
Yeah.
Well, what this hopper does is a hopper is set down so the pellets fall out. And what happens is every time it feeds some more pellets, they fall out. And when they fall onto the fire, it's just enough that breaks up the half burnt pellets and the ash gets blown out of the fire.
Yeah.
So it just keep falling in. And
Yeah, that makes total sense. Honestly, that just think of it in terms of any fire burning. If you're just shoving stuff in from one side constantly, it's gonna burn funny. It's not gonna burn as clean as if you're just putting in a couple pieces at a time, and the flames are still ripping around it.
yeah.
The way it burns now, you're gonna have a constant kind of smolder. Like you're saying, you're gonna have this
Right.
problem with the ash and
Yeah,
shit.
there's several modifications you can make to the stove too, because it was early pellet stove technology. I guess they are a lot better nowadays. As far as efficiency of burn compared to these ones. These ones are just kind of put some pellets in a pile and blow up a bunch of hot air across them and they'll burn. But it's a little bit different nowadays.
Well, on that note, I think we can probably wrap this up. I think this was a pretty good pod. Unless anyone's got anything else to add.
Yeah, no, I think I'm all set.
Circle gets the square. I think this was a good episode. We'll be back at it on Wednesday, but then probably no episode again. Well, definitely no episode again on Friday. And then do you think we'll be back on Monday?
Oh yeah, we're going on a trip
Yeah, we're
we
going
can-
on a trip coming up here.
We can talk about that Wednesday.
We'll talk about it a little bit Wednesday, but I don't want to blow it. I think we'll make some content this trip, and maybe post a vlog about it or something.
Yeah, travel.
Yeah, little travel vlog. Me, Carter, and Allie hitting the road. So, no, we will be here on Wednesday, Michael. Don't worry. But then you'll have to tough it out for another Friday. Fridays are a tough.
There's a couple. I mean, we're 30 episodes in, and you just found us, so I'm sure there's some old episodes you can go
And
through.
go back and watch all my Philmont videos. If you're really going to Philmont, go back and watch my videos, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Amy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Mary. Everybody's been blowing up the chat tonight, and it was a good episode. So we'll see you on Wednesday.